Riveting content. Empowering your life. Welcome to the Sphere. This episode is sponsored by Houston Housewives of Finance. For more information on increasing your cash flow, becoming your own money manager, and to schedule your complimentary personal finance strategy, contact the Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463. Elite Dental Wellness. At Elite Dental Wellness, Dr. Ashandra Batiste understands that one of the biggest obstacles is dental fear. The vision at Elite Dental Wellness is to ensure every patient is treated with respect, ultimate care, patience, and love. Call us today to make an appointment at area code 713-789-8680. Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today to advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of All Things Beauty. Guess what? I just kind of want to give you a rundown of how the show is going to work this afternoon or evening or morning, whenever you're watching. First, for the first 15 or 20 minutes, we're actually going to be on Facebook Live. So if you have any questions, make sure that you ask. Also, if you have questions after we go off of Facebook Live, make sure that you hashtag ATB or All Things Beauty. I'm your host, Amethyst Black, and I have some very, very special guests, or actually one guest and one amazing co-host, one thing about it. So first and foremost, Miss Kimby, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I am great. I'm glad you're back.
I'm glad to be back.
You know what? Every week that you're back, it keeps getting better and better and better and better.
I'm excited. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, and then you're nice and like with your nice lavender and just looking beautiful and springy, and
you.
I love it.
Thank you.
So what's on your lips today? I like this matte look.
Yeah, I never do matte, but I have on NYX matte lip creams in Abu Dhabi and then Cairo in the middle, like an ombre type of thing going on.
Okay. You know what I think is really amazing about your looks every week? You always seem to do kind of like something in the nude family, but it's always a new concoction.
Always.
You always keep us guessing.
I'm trying to get away from the nudes, but I can't help it.
No, but I think the nudes look so good on you. I think that is what you do, and you do it well. Like, everybody can't rock their nude because maybe they don't know their right shade, but you do it well.
Thank you.
I love it. And as for me, I'm rocking, it's called The Rabbit by ColourPop. So I really was feeling something bright and pink today, and then I kind of just did it with like a cranberry liner, and that's what we're doing.
Okay, nice fuchsia vibe.
A little bit of a fuchsia vibe, you know. It's a nice little spring and summer transitional color, so I'm feeling it. I'm feeling all things bright, though, but y'all know me. So today we have our amazing and fabulous guest. You know, Shaka Khan always said, I'm every woman, but this guest is I'm every dope woman herself. Miss Raisha Smith, how are you, love?
Hello, guys. Thank you so much for having me today.
Of course. So tell us, what are you rocking on your lips?
Okay, so I am no, beauty guru, but I do have that Fenty Beauty stunner on.
Yes.
With the brown liner. So, I dibble and dabble a little bit in YouTube thanks to girls like you guys.
I love it. Okay, and so what I love that you did with the brown liner is it kind of made it a whole different color. So you did the brown liner on the entire lip? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's dropping gems already.
Muted, not too bright.
Not too bright. And so you have more than and then I'm sure you could do something else. I've never thought about doing a liner underneath the Fenty.
I felt spontaneous today.
Yes,
So
look at her.
Different,
Dropping gems. She's not even 2 minutes in yet. Okay. So I do want to really get a handle on kind of every dope girl and your brand. And how did did you how did this evolve? How did you get started?
All right, so Every Dope Girl, ultimately it's a platform used to showcase dope women from all over the world. I was kind of in this complacency in life about 2 months ago.
Okay.
Where I just was sitting in my bed and, I do a lot for work and then I do a lot outside of work. And then I started thinking about all of the amazing women that I know.
Yeah.
So it all started with me just kind of in my feelings. And I was on Instagram and I started screenshotting all these amazing women that I know that are in my network. And then I just started posting them to my story. And then I ended with a comment, support every dope girl that you know. And I was just like, every dope girl? Well, I'm a marketing major, so I live with acronyms. So when I saw every dope girl, I'm like, EDG. Oh, I could see that going somewhere. So that's kind of how So that's how it kind of evolved. So it's so funny, like I don't really showcase my close friends on my platform. Today, it's evolved into me showcasing women like you, Amethyst, and you can be on Every Dope Girl so that other people can see, there are amazing women outside of, I love her, Beyonce. There are amazing women outside of Cardi B, Oprah. There are everyday women that are doing the dang good thing, right?
Killing the game.
So that's where it came from.
I love that. And so, let me just say, you do have some really, really dope women in your sphere of influence and your close circle. So are you ever going to maybe evolve to start having them on your platform, you think?
Yeah. So what I've noticed with a lot of my great friends, I'm like, hey, I'm going to put you on Every Dope Girl. I need content. Every writer really needs content. Yeah. And they're like, okay, well, let me fix my website. Let me have a photo shoot.
They got to be ready.
And so, to me, it's like, no, I think you are amazing just the way that you are. But the fact that they view the platform, how other people outside of my network view it, it's like, wow, like maybe it is transforming into something. So a little shout out to Jasmine Bailey. She just had her birthday photo shoot
saw
today.
Her looking fabulous.
So shout out to you, Jasmine. So she will be the next close friend on Every Dope Girl.
Yes, and those pictures are stunning. Wait till y'all see these content
I
pictures.
want to see because I haven't seen
girl.
this.
And she's already a stunning young lady. And she's so accomplished at such a young age. But this photo shoot, honey, everything. So I know that you featured Kimby. So even before she knew that you were coming on the show, we were talking about just kind of how the show goes and some upcoming guests. And so when I mentioned you and your name and your platform, she was so excited. So how did this kind of collaboration start?
I have no clue. I don't even know how she found me. But it was exciting to see that somebody wanted to feature me because that's kind of how I got my start from doing features and like natural hair features and reposts and stuff like that. So, and to see what her brand stood for. So I was like, cool, ask me all the questions you want.
Yay.
I love that. So before we even get too far into the show, we have some Facebook Live viewers on our platform today. Oh, look at Bailey is talking to us on Facebook Live. Hey, girl, hey. I do want to shout out our social media platforms. I was so excited, y'all. I just had to jump right in and start talking to my friend. But Amethyst Black Artistry, found on Facebook and Instagram.
I am Raisha Smith, personal at Shay Fierce, 3 Y's and an underscore in between Shay and Fierce.
Yes.
Boom.
Get it together.
Naturally Kimby on all platforms. Just type in Naturally Kimby, you'll find me somewhere on there.
Oh yeah, and I forgot Every Dope Girl.
Yeah, I was definitely gonna bring that right back around. So Every Dope Girl. So when you thought about Every Dope Girl, did you actually play around with some other names, or did you always have your eye on Every Dope Girl?
So interestingly enough, I actually started a blog in 2015.
Really?
It was called Shop Fab Lab. It was a complete bust. I had these aspirations of like starting this boutique when I lived in Omaha. Just to kind of back up a little bit, I'm in oil and gas. I'm a consultant for the railroad. So my job, it seems kind of blah. But I started this platform to showcase outfits that I would wear to work.
I remember that. So I remember this in the early stages, and I was like, she's killing it, much like you every day, killing it. Okay. I was just like, she got it together. Your sense of style is A1, I must say.
My corporate sense of style was great. Living in Nebraska, all we lived for was like, what's everyone wearing to work?
Yeah.
You're walking into this 25-story building and it's like, okay, so what's such and such got on? So I started Shop Fab Lab as a way to help corporate and everyday women kind of figure out and maneuver through their everyday wardrobe. And so when I moved to Houston, when my company moved me to Houston, our setting was a little less formal. So I stopped dressing up for work. And then the Instagram kind of died. And so I I unfollowed everyone. I deleted all my pictures.
Really?
I think I probably had 80
Sometimes
followers.
you have to start over.
You know, and it sat dead. It was stagnant since 2015.
Wow.
And then in 2017, I kind of started thinking like, okay, I want to play around with this Instagram platform that I have.
And it's exploded.
And
So when you said
became every dope
2017,
girl.
so what point in 2017?
December of 2017 is when I got
Wow.
the idea, and then March
Wow.
is when I went to market.
Really?
Yep.
And
Of
already,
2018.
I mean, you've
That's
had a
a very-
photo shoot. You have some amazing content on the
Thank you.
Instagram. You got the site up and running. Like, how did all of this come together so quickly?
Let's say organized chaos in my head, and then my amazing support group
Yeah.
that pushes me, my friends that hold me accountable, my mom, my dad, my boyfriend, and not to mention the best admin ever, Kristen Blackledge,
Yeah,
who's
who's
in the building
studio
today.
tonight. Yeah.
Who keeps me
Shameless
grounded.
plug.
Shameless plug. But
Yeah.
it just kind of, you know, I work a lot. I travel a lot for work. I spend
Yeah.
a lot of time in airports. And so with work being as stressful as it is, Every Dope Girl is honestly my creative outlet, and
Yeah.
it keeps me going, and it keeps me performing at work.
Yes.
I mean, I don't do Every Dope Girl during work.
We must say that.
After my 8 to 5,
Yeah.
and then in between my airport runs. So that's kind of how it built, and it grew from there.
Yeah.
Definitely a quick glow up.
Thank you.
Amazingly
Much faster
quick.
than my journey, but that's good.
Yeah.
Stuff coming together.
So how was your journey?
Girl, it took a long time. Like 6 years. Wouldn't
Really?
take that long. It took me a long time to decide, okay, that this is something that other people want to see versus just doing it for me personally. Like you said, to bring it to market.
Yeah.
It took me a long time to do that. I'm pretty sure could have been a little quicker, but I took the scenic route.
Yeah.
So
Well, in a second, we're going to actually get into how your marketing background maybe helped you and kind of establish your platform. But right now, we're actually going to shout out another couple of Every Dope Girl or women in our sphere of influence and network. But this portion of the show is actually sponsored by the Houston Housewives of Finance. Did you know that only 4 states in the U.S. offer financial education? And 33% or 77 million Americans do not pay their bills on time. Another 39% of Americans carry credit card debt from month to month. And 39% of adults say that they do not have enough in terms of savings. Do not become one of these statistics. Let the Houston Housewives of Finance advise you on increasing your cash flow and becoming your own money manager. You can do this by scheduling your free personal financial strategy session by contacting the Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463 or simply email them at info@houstonhousewivesoffinance.com. You can ask how you can participate in your free financial literacy workshop near you. The Houston Housewives of Finance. They are the new ages and the new faces in the new age of financial services. Thanks, ladies.
thank you.
Yes. So, getting back to it. Dun, dun, dun. We had y'all waiting, right? With bated breath. We actually have another couple of comments. I'm so excited to see Miss Smith. Yes. Uplifting every dope girl and woman. Absolutely. Thank you. Chanita?
That's my mommy.
Yes,
Shanita.
mommy. Hey, mommy.
Shanita Renee Moore
Absolutely. And Forrest is talking about hello to you as well. So tell us a little bit about your marketing background and how this really helped to kind of establish your platform.
All right, so I received a degree from the best school in all of colleges, Texas A&M Mays Business School, and so I got my degree in marketing it was very focused in advertising.
Oh, okay.
And so back in 2011 was kind of when like social media was really kind of taking
Yeah.
off, and so we did a lot of focus groups and case studies
Oh.
on social media before it even became what it is today.
Perfect.
So I kind of took the back seat from like 2011 up until 2018, just kind of seeing how social media has evolved,
Yep.
how from a branding perspective, it's the new way of advertising.
Absolutely.
And instead of paying, a
Oh,
major
Thousands.
corporation
Yeah.
thousands of dollars, you can do it on a per person basis and get influencers. I have a ton of friends that are social media influencers that are reaping the benefits of the social media boom.
Yep.
And so I kind of took a back seat and looked at what everyone else was kind of doing, kind of what from my coursework that I learned, and it's being applied to every dope girl.
I love that. I think Kimby was laughing because I was pointing at her while you were talking because you're one of those women.
She had a cheat sheet though. She went to school for marketing. What about the people I didn't know anything?
Where did you go to
You're
school for?
killing it,
Did
though.
you-
Girl, I work in finance, but I have an exercise science degree.
Really?
Don't ask about that. But yeah, that's what I was gonna say, that I think what I like about her platform so much is that the fact that she does not have major people on there that people can say, oh, this girl that looks just like me, my same age, across the street is dope too. So that means, okay, that you don't have to be, what am I trying to say, stacked up against these huge people. It's everyday people just like you. So I really like that.
Yeah, that is.
Thank you. That's a great observation. That's the entire message that I'm trying to convey to everyone. I mean, it's not about someone with 200,000 followers. I mean, we follow the Shade Room to see what everybody else, in the world is doing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thank you. That was a great observation.
Yeah, that was a little off topic, but I had to get that little point in there because I thought that was nice.
Yeah.
But that's cool that she had a background in marketing so she could kind of see stuff. And I don't even remember what life was like before social media.
You don't?
I don't.
You have to.
No.
Middle school.
Oh.
Facebook.
Yeah.
MySpace.
Oh.
MySpace days. Well, MySpace
that
is
was
social
still,
media, but
right, that's still like
but
internet.
even that wasn't like something you logged into every day. Like when you got into your MySpace, it was like, oh, okay, MySpace time. But now it's
That's true.
most people
That's true.
in the morning when they get up, they wake up, give God some glory, do a little devotional, and they're scrolling on the Instagram or the Facebook.
See what happened last night.
See what happened last night. And so I feel like it's more of an integrated part of people's lives, and it's more of a commonality that people share, no matter your backgrounds, no matter your maybe income. It's like people all over the world do this. So.
Yeah, that's
really good to tap into.
That's very true. It's funny. I saw and that she mentioned like marketing and using it for free advertising. I saw a meme and it was like, Instagram is free. Now tell me why your business is not thriving. And
okay.
I was like, ooh.
Well, yeah. So maybe that could be something else. You can start teaching these other, budding little, not little, I don't want to demean anyone, but there's these budding new platforms, a thing or two about how to market yourself best on social media. So, stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned.
But at this time, for our Facebook Live viewers, thank you so much for joining us today. And you know what? She's going to have a lot more in store for us to share tonight or today or whenever you're watching this. But in order to see that, you're actually going to have to tune into our other platforms. And we have some amazing other things to share, so you do not want to miss that. But at this time, we ask that our Facebook Live viewers subscribe to our show on all major platforms, including iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, and Stitcher. Review our show on iTunes with constructive feedback, and share this Facebook Live post and the entire show with your family and friends. And if it's on your heart, you can donate to our mission to bring enriched and inspiring content each and every week. You can donate at www.thesphere.tv/donate. Thank you all for viewing. And thank you so much, Forrest, for the comment about enjoying our dialogue. Oh, she wants to be like you when she grows up. So sweet. So sweet. Thank y'all, and you have a blessed week. Say bye then.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
All right. So now let's transition. So when you think about where every dope girl can be in 5 or 10 years, not to share everything with us, but if you could give us a glimpse into what we can maybe expect in the years to come.
So I would say I'm still kind of working that out and trying to figure that out. I would say from a long-term perspective, I mean, I am a consultant, so consulting and helping other people, whether that is building their brands or planning their parties or, just being there to help somebody. I feel like so many people view me as a subject matter expert in so many different areas.
Nice.
I have a wealth of knowledge. I know a lot of different people. So I just want to be the person that bridges the gaps between the people that know and the people that don't know. So that's kind of where I see every dope girl in 5 to 10 years.
I think that's so perfect. And I know you mentioned events, you potentially helping people with their events, but you also do event planning on the side.
I do.
Like, is there a pot that you do not have your hand in?
I don't do makeup or hair. That is my only plug. I have at Joss the Boss for that.
Yes, absolutely. And you do it well. I've seen some of the events that you've actually helped to plan. And how does this all work? Like, in your mind, you mentioned like the constructive chaos, but how are you able to plan large-scale events like that and do it with that much just flawless execution?
So what I can say is that I work very closely with Savvy Consulting and Events. Lead event planner Alexia McQuinney is literally Black Girl Magic goals. I mean, she is my mentor. She runs Savvy, and by day she is an attorney, and by night she is a fairy godmother. So just kind of being in her presence and kind of seeing how she operates, how she plans, and I've known her since I was 14 years old, and seeing kind of where she started versus where she is now. That's helped me to kind of perfect my craft and execution outside of work and through event planning. So,
Absolutely.
and I'm in my head, it's like literally like a war, mumbo jumbo. Like I've taken so many like different personality tests for work and stuff to kind of see, and I'm always like that split, like even split. So there's always a lot of internal stuff going on.
Yeah.
Shout out to creatives that have regular corporate day jobs.
1,
and,
2, 3,
and that
boom.
still do do other
Coming
stuff
at
out.
us.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a lot, and I love how us as women are like just saying we don't have to be put in a box to only do just
Exactly.
one thing. So I'm all here for having, doing multiple things, multiple streams of income. Talked about that last week. Got to get them coins.
Yes, get the coins. What is it? 7
Secure
streams?
the bag. Yep, 7 streams
streams
of
for
income is
all
what the
bags.
average millionaire has.
No bag left
but
behind.
secure the bag, no bag left behind.
No
Hashtag,
bag.
yeah. Come through, Kendi. Absolutely, I'm feeling that. So you mentioned your interest in event planning, and you're obviously very talented in that realm. But do you all have events or outgoings, Lord, what activities for Every Dope Girl?
So, as I mentioned, we just launched in March of this year. I did a huge pre-sale for the Every Dope Girl shirts that can be purchased online for $25.
Wow.
And that is going to be used.
Good quality too, y'all.
That the funds from that will be used to host events around the Houston community
Perfect.
at a low cost, because a lot of us are trying to secure that bag while also keeping our coins in our bags.
Yes.
So I want
That's
to
good.
be able to, host different events through the funds from the shirts that are affordable, that people can partake in and network and know and learn more about other folks.
Yeah, absolutely.
I definitely want to go to a Dope Girl event and meet other Dope Girls.
Same here. We're gonna go together. We're gonna tag team and support.
Oh, yeah. So this portion of the show is sponsored by Elite Dental Wellness. At Elite Dental Wellness, our vision is to create a welcoming practice that will offer exceptional dental care and a lifetime of dental wellness. We are committed to the finest possible oral care and the overall health and well-being of our patients. Elite Dental Wellness is built upon a foundation of integrity, expertise, and service. Through our commitment to modern dentistry, continuing education, and friendly atmosphere, we strive to make our patients feel that they are a part of our family. Dentistry can be scary, daunting, and uncomfortable. Dr. Baptiste and her team work tirelessly to ensure your comfort. Make your appointment today with Dr. Asandra Baptiste at Elite Dental Wellness by calling 713-789-8680.
Talking about Every Dope Girl, Dr. Baptiste is on another show called The Docs here at the Sphere, and she actually co-hosts with one of my really great friends and regular clients, Dr. Simone Ellis. They're both dentists.
That's cool.
And when I say both of them are so busy, so ambitious, they are definitely everyday dope women. And I know you mentioned your t-shirt. How can people find these t-shirts, these amazing, high-quality, fabulous V-neck t-shirts?
Thank you. So you can go to www.everydopegirl.com and purchase your shirt online.
Awesome.
We had a successful first round of t-shirt orders. So first and foremost, to anyone that's watching, thank you so much for your support. This isn't for me. I'm not doing it for myself. I'm doing it to, bridge the gap between every dope girl from all over the world.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. And while we're talking about t-shirts, if y'all love the t-shirt that I'm rocking today, it's actually owned by Psalms 139 and 14. They also have an Etsy shop, and she's also really one of my really, really close friends, and my Dean. Shout out, Dean. So thank you so much for that today. But I do want to know if you are interested in working with a particular dope girl that you haven't maybe worked with yet.
So the end goal, of course, you got Beyonce coming here September 15th. If I could personally work with Beyonce, which,
Yes.
keeping all hope alive, that'd be amazing.
Absolutely. Speaking into existence.
But, I don't have not one person in mind. I literally, every day before I go to bed, and I'm in sales. So I try to reach out to at least 15 dope girls that I find on Instagram.
Really?
Per night. Yes.
Every night?
Every single night. So
really?
Yep. So
wow.
So what I can appreciate is when people like Kenvi reply and let me learn more about them. That's you got it. That's who I'm going to feature. So I don't actually have a line of content, which is probably that organized chaos that plays in my head. It just kind of happens, and then kind of how I'm feeling that week.
So out of the 15, how many say yes? Because I'm pretty sure, you being in sales, you don't always get the end result that you want. So
I'd say, so I do it before I go to bed. If I send notes to 15 people, I probably will hear back from 4 the next day. And then like 2 months down the road, or like a month later, I'm like, when did I have this? Oh, yeah, I remember you. You're so awesome. So I would say in total, probably 80% of the people.
Okay, that's really good.
Because they'll look through the content and they're like, oh, this isn't spam. This actually looks legit. People are, there's actually, content
A following
and people are actually interacting on the post. So, okay, I guess I'll respond. So, yeah.
That's really good.
It's a lot of legwork.
Yeah, it is. That's why I was like, wow, that's really consistent, and every night you're doing that. And so when a dope girl responds, what kind of information do you need from them? What do you need to feature them on your platform?
So, so my boyfriend calls it investigative journalism. So I'll ask a few key questions. I can't talk. Your name, your career, educational background, hobbies, and then tell me a little bit about your platform. And then if I get a one-liner like, oh, I sell shirts. I'm like, okay, so tell me, how did you get into selling shirts? And if I don't get anything from there, then I'll go to their website. I'll actually look at their content, and then I'll develop my write-up based off of what is on their social media page or on their website.
I love that.
So it kind of does take a little bit of work. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, wow, this is what I have to do when I go home tonight.
To kind of capture everything that the person's about in that short little spill. I think she did good on mine, so I was pleased.
I love it.
So how was that experience for you?
It was cool. I had never heard of the brand before, so it was a little bit random, but I'm not one of those people to where like, oh, if I don't know you, I'm not going to like read your DM or anything like that. So it was very professional. I did recognize that I did like that. It wasn't too invasive. She didn't ask like too many questions. So overall, it was a good experience.
I love that.
Well, I really appreciate you for responding.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Because once you get, like, you popping on Instagram, and once you get past when you get past a certain threshold, people will be like,
I would never be that
Who
person.
are you?
And maybe that is why people are so receptive to me. I will never.
I told you that very early on. Just your genuine approach and just your being you, I think is so awesome that you can still do that with still having such a large following. And a lot of people, you're right. I feel like when I meet them, they have maybe lost touch. But I don't feel like that's coming from Kimby.
Not at all.
I'm not cool with that because I feel like if you wake up the next day and everybody decides to unfollow you, then what do you do?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're back where you started. So, I mean, if you're in a people business, then you might want to be nice to people. Makes sense. I think so.
I definitely think
makes
so.
sense.
I would agree. And Kimmy does like the Every Dope Girl post too. I see you, girl.
Yeah.
Oh, girl, I'm a follower. I'm like, oh, she's cute. I know her. Oh, she's cute. Okay, I need one of those. Need that shirt. That's cute. Cute photo shoot. You guys just had a photo shoot too, right? See, I be keeping up.
Absolutely.
I'm also, I'm all about support, especially African American women, women in general. So if you're posting some good content, if you have some good stuff, I'm always gonna support you.
I love that.
Yeah.
Love that. So now we're actually going to jump into another dope girl, more so on a global scale. We have Miss Meghan Markle, or Mrs. Hello, Meghan Markle, from this weekend. We have a couple of shots or pictures that we actually want to talk to y'all about. So first and foremost, we have her wedding day look, her not the reception look, but actually in the ceremony. And a lot of people were remarking about how simple it was, how basic it was.
I was one of those people.
Tell us more about that.
I wasn't, for all of the planning and everything that they were doing, I was expecting a little bit more to go on with the dress.
What did you want? A sequin?
I mean, she's a young lady. She has a nice body. To me, that's a dress for a more mature woman.
She is mature. She's 36 and has been married before.
Well, then we're all mature. Then I'm more closer to 36 than But I just feel like that they could have, added a little bit more to it. And actually, I went on. I want to say, I think it was Dolce & Gabbana who did her dress. Givenchy. I'm sorry, one of them. So I went to their Instagram page and I was like, "You've done all of this more flashy type of stuff." So it was a little bit plain.
Every dope girl, what do you think?
So I was obsessed. I read some really nasty comments and I saw a video that it was like a Katy Perry video, and she was comparing Kate and Meghan. I'm like, okay, dude, just stop. I thought that her look was timeless, in my personal opinion. When I looked at Meghan, it gave me every dope girl vibes. Like, I'm not like flashy and all there. And, I'm not like Beyonce in it, but I'm still like, I'm the Duchess at the end of the day, Like, she was simple, but she still the Duchess.
You know, my thing is, this is a woman her wedding dress alone was $300,000 by Givenchy. Like, let's just get that together. That dress was $300,000.
Not sure if I would have paid that.
People, they said,
don't get me wrong, she looked beautiful. She looked very classic and very timeless, but I'm just saying that they could. Can I get a little belt around? Can I get a little something extra? Something.
So, you know, they said that the workers, the seamstress, the individuals who were working on the gown had to wash their hands every 8 hours in order, because it was stark white.
Every 30 minutes.
Yeah. Excuse me. Every 30 minutes, but they were working in 8-hour shifts. And so for that level of intricacy, that level of detail going into a gown, she had exactly what she wanted. You know, for me, what even spoke larger volumes was her floral arrangement. It was very small, very short. I looked at some past royal weddings, and they had these large sprays, orchids just tumbling over almost to the floor. And I feel like the only kind of extravagant thing she indulged in was her veil.
I loved her veil.
The veil.
Honey,
the veil came through for me.
Yes, all the way through.
All the way through.
No, I did love that veil.
But just the simplicity. She's like, you know what? I don't need all the frills, all the extra frills, except this $300,000 dress. But
that's
you know, you're
Yeah.
right. But it doesn't have, like you were saying, it just has a nice little boat neck, you know, feature at the top. But really nothing else. Really simplistic. And I think that that's what she was going for.
Maybe it was.
Clearly.
Maybe she didn't want her dress to look like she spent an arm and a leg and a foot on it.
Although she did, clearly.
Yeah, she definitely.
I just needed a little bit more.
A little bit more.
$300,000.
Well, speaking of a little bit more, we actually have a close-up shot of her makeup. And a lot of people, especially in a lot of these makeup artist groups, have been going in about her makeup. It was posted that she paid about $18,000 for her hair and makeup.
Yeah.
But my thing is, it did not say if that was only her makeup. Maybe it was her and her mom's makeup and hair. Maybe it was her and the bridal party, even though she didn't have a bridal party. But maybe some other close friends who were maybe there for her. Maybe it was their hair and makeup as well. Maybe it wasn't just all her.
Maybe it was their lodging too.
And
their private jet.
And I'm like, thank you. In order, because her makeup artist is U.S. based.
Yeah.
And so for her to have him come over to the U.K., that's a pretty penny for just a flight alone. So that also is included.
I just needed a little bit more on that one too.
So I love it. I mean, she's a 36-year-old woman, and her skin is flawless.
And you
I don't
can see her freckles through her makeup.
Thank you. And
it's beautiful.
I think a lot of women,
But a little simple, yeah.
unfortunately, I feel like sometimes women think that, and I'm one of these. I think for my wedding, I'm going to have I'm going to have a contour,
Girl.
a highlighted cheek.
Oh, yes,
I'm going to have a
ma'am.
double stack lash. I'm going to have it all. Probably a red lip. Hello.
I'm here.
But
I'm here for it,
I
too.
also definitely do value this type of classic beauty. When I say that, I think a lot of women actually just don't have the skin to pull this off. Like, it's so transparent, it's so thin, it's breathable. Her skin looks lively. Like, she looks gorgeous. And they said that she wore a smoky eye. I'm like, smoky where? But I do love the really soft pink lip. I'm in love with it. It's not something I would have chosen for myself, but I do think it's gorgeous.
I'm gonna piggyback off of every dope girl and say it was classic. I mean, I just needed a little bit more. I needed some more. Can I get a little contour?
So I'm gonna take it just a little bit deeper.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we know her wedding was super black, right? With the choir,
The cellist,
the cellist,
And then they sung "Stand by Me."
Bishop Michael Curry.
So do you think maybe she went with a more timeless, new, like very bare look to not give off the perception of what she may think that the white folks there may view of black people?
No.
You don't think so?
I don't think so at all.
I was just trying to go kind of deep there, but I guess that didn't work.
I don't think so at all, because when I have seen Meghan Markle on the red carpet, outside of like her shows, when she's playing her role, an actress role, of course she just has to do whatever, you know, the role calls for. But when I see her on most red carpets, when she's just kind of just being her, she looks the same. She looks the same.
Maybe that's just her.
You're
So
right.
I think that's her look. I don't
Maybe
think it
that's
had
just
anything
her.
to do with this cultural, like trying not to be culturally influenced in one way or another. I think that's just her brand of beauty.
I understand that, but I still need a little bit more. On that note, we're going to go to another one of our sponsors. Are you starting your business and looking for a place to advertise? Do you have a need to reach out to thousands of people across the world to build your brand or sell your product? If so, get your product placement and advertising needs handled right here at The Spear. We offer a wide variety of content delivery platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Stitcher. Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the United States as well as modern countries across the globe. Our enriched content and inspiring dialogue, coupled with our strategic
ad is surely to hit the mark every time. Call us at area code 832-772-7789 or send us an email over to advertise@thesphere.tv.
Yes, say that. Vast demographic reach. We're going to talk about that in a second, and some travels. But I do want to go to the last picture that we have of Mrs. Meghan Markle. And I feel like she actually did it a little bit more today than she did for the wedding.
Yeah.
This was today, y'all. This was today for Prince Charles' 70th birthday.
She gave me a little contour. I have a little bit of highlight. I'm here for this.
I have a little
This
thicker
is what
brow.
I wanted yesterday.
I feel like she has on a lash, a more extended lash, and a more defined brow.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not mad at it. I feel like she even has a little blush on here too.
I needed that for today and
for the wedding.
But I'm not mad at it. I feel like her hat is just so cute. So once again, this is a nod to her more simplistic way of beauty. Like, I think that this dress, there's the sheer top and the nice little hat without any extra adornment. I feel like this is just classic Meghan Markle. She just likes to be unadorned for the most part.
Right, but see, even though she added a little bit more on this picture, it still comes off to me as very classic as well. I'm just saying, can I get just a little?
Well, maybe it's just the newlywed glow. Maybe it's not even really the makeup.
I mean, she is a duchess. Yeah. She is a duchess now, so she could not have highlight on at all.
Okay, Duchess of Sussex, to be exact. Miss Duchess of Sussex. Absolutely.
Could be the heavens just shining down on her in the way at the right angle.
She's giving me diva vibes.
Diva
with
vibes.
The Beyonce hat.
Beyonce Dreamgirls, right?
But I think the highlight, that's what set this one off.
You think so?
Mm-hmm. I think that's what she was missing from yesterday.
I agree.
Well, Meghan,
and she looks very angelic.
She does.
She does looks really ethereal too. I love it. I'm like, is this even pale blue? Is it white?
Is it white?
Is the hat
no, don't
soft
start
pink?
with those controversial.
I think the hat's pink.
Yanni or Laurel? It's Laurel. If you hear Yanni, bye. Turn off the TV. No, I'm joking. But did y'all hear Yanni or Laurel?
I have not even listened to that thing.
I heard Laurel.
Thank you, because you're sane.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why people.
I don't think I'm saying all the time. Depends on what.
If you hear Yanni in that little, I don't know how people got that. I'm confused.
And then they had another one.
I stopped. I was like, click off of this. I don't have time.
I have yet to even open it.
Don't do it.
Scroll.
Don't do it. It's going to make me angry. So now I actually want to transition into, since we're talking about our global reach, about you kind of and pivoting to you and some of your recent travels. So I know that you recently wrapped up a trip to Egypt.
Girl.
Yes.
Come through. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I spent about 9 days in Egypt with one of my best friends, Jocelyn, and we spontaneously bought a flight to Egypt out of
Spontaneously? How does that happen spontaneously?
It was on sale for like $500.
Really?
Like round trip. Yeah, round trip out of JFK.
Really?
I've heard people have like little group chats to where they find like when the website messes up and posts stuff for the wrong price, and then they share it to their friends. They all just go randomly buy the flights.
Yeah, I recently signed up with Travel Noir, and they have actually like a recent or a very popular or a mail out of an email list of some flights and some cheap like travel deals, but I'm always so skeptical. Like,
well, I
what
have
kind
the
of plane are you gonna be on?
I have the scoop. Just buy an Every Dope Girl shirt, and I'll share my secrets with you. No, I'm kidding. But no. So we flew like Saudia Air there. We spent about 9 days there. We went to Cairo. Spent 4 days in Cairo. 4 days in Luxor. Absolutely beautiful. I would say most of the travelers that visit Egypt are not from the U.S. A lot of them are from Asia. They're from like Switzerland. They're from Europe. I mean, it was amazing. Like, it was a life-changing experience. And then to see like a lot of the folks that live there, they don't have what we have. It's a third world country. Yeah. So $5 to them versus $5 to you, it could take them. It can get them a meal for the next week or so. Yeah. So that was awesome. And I have a couple more trips planned up this year that I'm super excited about.
Yeah.
Did you feel like you were back home? You were in the motherland?
I did.
Did you?
I really did.
In Egypt?
I did.
And I say that because it's definitely, from my understanding, a great deal of heavy Arab influence.
Very heavy Arabic influence, but when you go to the temples, when you go to the museums, when we hear about the history of like Nefertiti here, we hear that she has more of a Western twist.
I didn't,
but when you actually see all of the paintings and everything that's in the Museum of Egypt, she was black,
of course,
and to see her cheekbones and to be walking down the street and someone saying, oh, your cheeks are of Nefertiti. And to see other Egyptians, like true Egyptians, they have that high cheekbone look that a lot of African Americans do have. So that was awesome. And just being in that.
I actually had a friend in college. She was Egyptian. Now, she was more of a fair skin, but she had similar features to us. So I totally get it. That's why I would go to Egypt.
I, on the other hand, had a friend in college as well who was Egyptian and would essentially bleach her skin, dye her hair blonde, and shave. Wow. I've never heard anyone do this until like now, but it's been like a cool thing. It's like she did undercutting, so essentially like the last like few rows of her hair, just cutting it off so it wouldn't appear to be as thick. And I was like, we had to have a few like heart to hearts, like, sis, really? Like,
wow.
No, my friend, she had curly hair. Now, she did have a little blonde highlights, but she kept her hair curly and everything. So, I mean, if you didn't know her, you probably would have thought that she was just like a light-skinned, you know, black girl. But that's funny. And to go there and see people, like, identify, like, see yourself in those people.
That was going to be my question. Did you have, because I've been in foreign countries before where there have been black people, but for whatever reason, me and my group of friends, like, people would stop and stare and gawk at us. So did you have that kind of similar experience there?
I had that experience mainly because I had my goddess locks. So they were, like,
intrigued.
amazed and intrigued just by my hair. Yeah. So, but other than that, we kind of blended in a little bit. When you look at some of the skin tones of your darker Egyptians, they look like us. So we kind of blended in a little bit, minus not having our hair covered in every situation. But most of the times, whenever people would look and stare, it would be folks from other countries that weren't from Africa. It was people from Europe, people from Asia, Switzerland, Russia, like, oh my God, I've never seen an African American before. So people would follow us and take pictures of us. But that's generally if you go anywhere out of the country that doesn't have like an African American presence or an Caribbean presence, you're going to see that.
But see, that's funny because I feel like I experienced that a little bit in Jamaica because they don't have a lot of tourists that are from the U.S. They come from Europe and, you know, other places. So
how did they respond to you?
Bit. They just was like they never seen black women before or beautiful black women. And I asked them, I was like, hey, of course, Jamaica, you would never think that, right? And I asked the guy, I was like, you know, and he was like, oh, no, we don't get that many U.S. tourists. It's always people from the U.K. or that side of the globe. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you go into the interior of Jamaica? Maybe that's what they were saying? Like,
This
did you
was
go
like
inside?
on the resort, and we actually went into like Ocho Rios and stuff like that. So we was out there, girl, in the slums. But and it was very humbling to see how simple people live too. So it wasn't as bomb as going to Egypt. But I understood where she was coming from.
You know, in undergrad, I studied abroad in Mexico, and you wouldn't think like Mexico was just right around, you know, across the border. And I just went to DFA at the time, or Mexico City, and then we spent the most of the time in like Cuernavaca, which is like a little suburb, if you will. And I was shocked. When I say shocked, so my host sister, if you will, was blonde, blue-eyed, and we would go to the internet cafe. This was quite a long time ago, but we at the time had internet cafes that we had to walk to. And when I say people would come out of their houses and stand on their porches and like gawk at us the whole time, and I was like, y'all, there are black people, the African diaspora, black people came to Mexico. What are you talking about?
Definitely did.
And then we ended up taking like a weekend trip down more southern to Acapulco, and it was black women braiding hair on the beach. I'm like, what are y'all looking at me crazy up north? But it was so interesting to see that they were really intrigued, and I was like, this is totally rude that you would just gawk. But now in 2018, they chasing people in the street taking pictures.
Oh my gosh, we were at the pyramids of Giza.
Yeah,
and first of all, it was like 110 degrees outside.
Jesus. Without the humidity or with?
Without the humidity. In the middle of the desert, we were wearing our long gowns, going down into the tombs. I mean, it was hot. Wow. So by the time you get out, you're like, I need water. Sitting down, drinking some water, and then you see homegirl with her camera in front of the pyramids.
She being discreet?
And then it scrolls, and it's
You're
like,
not taking no pictures of me.
And I'm like, okay. I put it on my Insta story, and my friends were like, oh my gosh, is she really? And then someone comes around, like, they don't even ask, and they put their arms around you.
No, they touch you?
Yeah.
Not today.
That's not okay.
Tomorrow.
But I think that's just kind of, you know, they're just very fascinated with us, because when you think about it, there are only African Americans in America. Like, everywhere else.
Oh, no, I know people who live and teach abroad. And,
I'm talking about like a large portion. Like, we African Americans, Black Americans are in America. So when we go out, a lot of people kind of see us.
This is not a zoo. Wow. You're not getting a picture.
I know.
And don't put your hands on
I
me.
felt the same way.
Have a nice day.
I felt the same way.
Yeah, I'm with that.
But you know, when you in another country, you gotta err on the side of caution. Like, I'm not trying to get put
or
in
at
no
least
one's jail.
at least ask.
Yeah.
or make
least.
a gesture, because maybe the native tongue wasn't the same
Exactly.
that you understood, but just like, oh, you know, like
That
that's
happens.
an international gesture. Like, is this okay? You know, something. But
Yeah.
just to approach you and touch you, that's
Oh, yeah.
different.
Oh, and the hair. Yeah. The hair.
they
made
were like,
it.
touch your hair.
Oh my gosh, they do that at work.
Well, those
girl.
people know you. They see you every day.
Girl, I had to explain to my coworker today what a do-rag was. He was like, how do you get your
explain
hair?
this, Kenby?
He was like, how do you get your hair so slick? I was like, it's a do-rag,
It's a
John.
do-rag.
And he was like, what's that you put on here? No.
I tie it down.
And I was like, let me just go to Google.
Wow, you like Googled on him?
This is a do-rag, John.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
Like, did he seem like he was grateful for the information?
He seemed very intrigued.
Really?
I don't know how you've never seen a do-rag before, but okay.
Wow.
Okay,
I'm
John.
trying to figure out what he's talking about that you put up here. Is it a fascinator? What did he
What,
think
I,
he put on
I'm
at night?
thinking
Like,
he's talking about like either a turban or like a satin
bonnet?
bonnet. That's what I
Oh.
think. And he was like,
Oh,
oh yeah, the
okay.
thing. I'm like, no.
oh, okay.
Just Google can help you, baby, because I can't. I just have to help you with Google. But
I'm with
and even when I had hair and I used to work in the bank branches, they would want to touch my hair. I would let them.
What?
I mean,
And you were natural or
yeah,
relaxed?
I was natural. I had a head full of hair, and I would blow it out.
Uh-huh.
Girl, don't know no better.
Wow.
Some people don't. I mean, if you really want to touch somebody's hair, like you don't know if it's clean,
so
dirty.
intimate, though.
Right? So I'm saying you don't know any better.
Mm-hmm.
So just go ahead, cop a feel real quick. Don't stay too long. I mean, I would. I mean, I didn't really think too much of it.
Yeah.
But now I probably like no.
Wow. I'm grateful for you both and your even temperaments and allowing people to explore.
In Jesus' name.
And really, learning, because it is definitely a learning
I'm
experience.
here for the
Either if
culture.
you're in Egypt or in the U.S. in Texas,
Exactly.
like it's clearly, still a learning experience. So kudos to you, ladies. So what have you learned, you think, from your travels? The biggest thing you've learned from your travels?
So just being in a corporate setting,
Yeah.
I value diversity and inclusion.
Absolutely.
And so I think a lot of times when you see all of these things happening in the world, it's because a lot of people don't understand each other.
Mm-hmm.
And so being able to travel to Egypt, and I'm heading out to Thailand tomorrow.
Yes.
And just
Are you
being
going to Phuket?
I'm going to Phuket, Phi Phi
What?
Island,
Oh.
and then Bali. Yeah, snaps. Excited. But just learning about different cultures. So when someone is walking up to me and they're touching my hair,
Yeah.
and they're so fascinated with the way that it looks like, when I come back to the U.S., instead of me being defensive and like, oh, you don't know what, I have a sense of understanding and empathy. So I think traveling has really helped me to see that and to understand that, and also helps me to appreciate just life in general.
Yes.
Like you
That's
come
why
back,
You're so grateful for your
What?
blessings. Like, Lord, thank you.
let me
Thank you.
eat all my food on this plate.
Yeah.
Let me drink all this water that
Clean
I have.
water.
Clean water.
To bathe, to
Yes.
drink, to cook, whatever.
And then I've also learned through my experiences traveling is that there are so many amazing dope women all over the world. I mean, I connected with about 6 women in Egypt.
Wow.
Randomly, 2 of them were from Cairo. 4 of them were from the U.S. And we kicked it, and we keep in touch through every dope girl. And so just to see the amazing things that they're doing within their countries, within their cities, within the U.S., and how it all ties back to, at the end of the day, we're all women. We're dope
Right.
as heck.
Yeah.
We're killing it in life. I mean, we're students, we're wives, we're mothers, and we're all doing that. That's what helps me and makes me want to further my travel journeys.
Yeah.
So we need to get our passport stamps up.
Clearly.
She's making us look bad.
Clearly. Well, at this point, I'm just going to have to live vicariously through you. I've actually
Domestic.
always wanted to go to Thailand and like to be on the beach in one of those bungalows and just like chill. And I've heard that it's actually pretty reasonably priced, like once you're there as well. So I'm so excited to kind of see and get a glimpse into your travels when you're going. How long are you going to stay?
So I will be in Thailand with 2 of my really good girlfriends.
Yeah.
We'll be there until June 3rd.
Wow.
So this was actually our trip during Hurricane Harvey. We were supposed to leave the day of Harvey.
Man.
And literally the day that the day that the storm hit was the day that our flight got canceled. We lost our money. So this trip was actually kind of like it's a do-over for Harvey.
So did the airline actually just move your flight, or did you actually have to pay as well?
So I think we spent on everything total, it was like $1,500. We missed out on $400.
Okay, so that's not bad.
Yeah, but it was more expensive to come in May. But we were like, you know what? We're not booking during hurricane season
Yeah,
again. So we're just going to have to,
Right.
do that. And pay the extra.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, is there anything else that you want to share with our viewers?
Well, first and foremost, thank you guys so much for the opportunity to come on the show. I think you both are so amazing, and regardless of what you may be dealing with at work, just know that outside of work, everybody thinks both of y'all are super, super dope.
That's beautiful.
So,
thank you. That's
you.
so sweet. Well, you gotta say that. You're here. No, I'm joking, but I really feel like that was genuine. Thank you so much
seriously,
for sharing that.
I'm so serious.
I truly appreciate that. Canvy, you want to close us out?
I'm not ready.
Yes, you are.
She put me on the spot.
Okay. Well, thank y'all for viewing for another episode of All Things Beauty. We can't wait to see you same place, same time here next week. Y'all have a blessed week. Say bye, ladies.
Bye. Thank you.